Hey, good morning, USA. This is Mr. Nick, your host. Grab a coffee and sit a spell with me as we try to take down the false news, fake news, and false narratives. Cheers to all my subscribers. A couple of my new ones, Carrie Love, thank you. And my own veterans, Deplorable Rob, thank you. Ever Black, thank you. She Beagle, thank you. And there's a handful of others there too that have contributed, not lately, but back in the early days. Which is probably only about 4 to 6 months ago. Anyway, here we go. Let's do this. We're going to report from Circa today. Circa News has something, juicy about Google. Google will soon start asking some users if they are depressed. 17 minutes ago, Google, the article came in 17 minutes ago, or was produced. Google will soon help users determine if they're suffering from clinical depression, according to Wednesday's blog post announcing the move. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAM, announced it was partnering with Google anyway, the National Alliance announced it was partnering with Google as a project for the search engine's U.S. users. Users searching for information about depression will be prompted to take a questionnaire examining whether the condition afflicts them. Clinical depression is a very common condition. In fact, approximately 1 in 5 Americans experience an episode in their lifetime. NAM CEO Mary Gilbert said in the blog, to help raise awareness of this condition, we've teamed up with Google to help provide. Alright, folks, I think it's time for a boycott. If you think you need a mental health exam, don't go to the anyone who's associated with the NAM. Find someone else that is a licensed psychotherapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever. There's many good Christian ones out there. That would be the thing to do. Not this BS. Number one, Google has no business examining yours or my mental health whatsoever. And it is also time for us folks to get a brand new search engine of our own out there. Firefox is pretty good. They're somewhat private, but I find them wanting to save everything you do. So they've got some work to do on that issue. I don't know if it's a technical problem on their behalf, and they don't know about it, or it's something that they purposefully do. DuckDuckGo is another really good one. It's rather private. It doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you much of anything about anything. Firefox Focus, especially if you have a little mobile device, Firefox Focus is actually a pretty good one because it's very light on the memory, on the usage, on the data usage. Doesn't take up a lot of room on your memory for your smaller devices, ones with lower memory. But also, if you're a Twitter user, please consider joining gab.ai. Hashtag dump Twitter. Hashtag join gab.ai. Gab.ai is becoming fully funded and invested in by its users only. They're taking a whole new approach. So Gab.ai, if you were a Twitter user, please consider dropping Twitter and joining Gab.ai. President Trump, if you're listening, please consider dropping Twitter and going to Gab.ai. You'll have a lot more support. But also you'll have a lot more privacy. You can say what you want, and people can't just follow you to follow you. And ironically, I think I have tons more followers on gab.ai already than I've ever had on Twitter. Tells you how much, where that lies. Okay, so users searching for information about depression will be prompted to take a questionnaire examining whether the conditions afflict them. Clinical depression is a very common condition. In fact, approximately 1 in 5 Americans experience this episode of their lifetime. NAM CEO Mary Gilbert said in the blog. I did read that, I'm sorry. To help raise awareness of this condition, we've teamed up with Google to help provide more direct access to tools and information to people who may be suffering, she added. We hope that by making this information available on Google, more people will become aware of depression and seek treatment to recover and improve their quality of life. No, they hope to spy on you and me. The NAM and Google hope to spy on you and me. It's the only reason they need to have that on Google. It's the only reason they need to team up with a giant conglomerate Orwellian company as such, Google. By the way, join me on VidMe as well. I'm going to try to get some more posts up there of the same program. Good Morning USA. You're watching Good Morning USA with Mr. Nick. So anyway, some Twitter users on Thursday voiced optimism about Google's new feature, while others were more skeptical about its impact on users. Are there enough hypochondriacs? Google search uses a medical quiz to help diagnose depression? Oh my god. From Engadget.com, looks like Google search uses a medical quiz to help diagnose depression. Only half of Americans who face depression get help for it. Google is determined to increase that percentage as of today. And it's by Engadget.com. And then Charles Beale. Hashtag, it's one thing to be able to Google about depression. It's quite another for the wizard of Google to ask, are you depressed? Not on. In other words, apparently they're not on board. Donald J. Shoemaker. This is remarkable. Hopefully one day, these are Twitter feeds, Twitter posts. This is remarkable. Hopefully one day I can work with @Google and share my knowledge of depression, mental illness. Hashtag DJSJR. Twitter.com/CNBC/status/90. You might want to hit them up on Twitter. Google will soon offer an option reading check if you're critically depressed for users seeking information about the sickness. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do on that one. And most of it now is just they're down Twitter feeds. So we'll go to the next article, guys. And you're watching Good Morning USA. I hope you guys are enjoying the program right now. Grab yourself a swig of coffee here and join me as I attempt to take down the fake news and the false narratives. By the way, American Patriots, if you're still watching CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, or any of the MSM, please drop them. They're not in your corner. The ball's in your corner, but they're not. They've went to lunch. A long lunch. Give me one moment here. I'm sorry, my friends, it's taking a long time. Again, I'm trying to do this in a... Give me just a moment here. Take a sip of coffee and hang in there for a minute. I hope to be soon be getting Let's see what we got here. I think I might have a good one for you here. By the way, American patriots, stay on board with President Trump. He is trying to do what he said he would do. Don't believe any in the other garbage. It's all fake. It's all narratives they're trying to push. I think I might have a good video for you here coming up. These migrants and asylum seekers learn American basics as they fight for legal status. How does that sound? If I can get the video to play, I will play it. Okay. Okay, these migrants and asylum seekers learn American...
This is how migrants end their day at La Posada, a shelter in San Benito, Texas for those in the process of obtaining legal status in the United States.
We have people working on their 100 questions for their citizenship, and we are working...
My apologies. Okay, again, I have problems with video. Alright, these migrants and asylum seekers learn American basics as they fight for legal... We're going to try to carry on, my friends. We're going to try to carry on here. It's going to be a little bit shorter show than yesterday's. Alright, anyway, that article was also coming from Circa News. Alright, let's see now. These migrants and asylum seekers earn American basics as they fight for legal status. And this is 59 minutes ago. A Congolese woman and her young son sit at a kitchen counter learning English while a Honduran woman holds her newborn baby in the next room. These families are from very different parts of the world, but came to the United States seeking refuge and ended up at a shelter in San Benito, Texas. Okay, and not much else is said. Here we go. Here's the button. My apologies, my friends. It's taking too long. La Posada is a shelter for undocumented migrants and asylum seekers who are in the process of obtaining legal status in the U.S. when migrants arrive. Their immediate needs of food and clothing are met, but as they settle, the sisters at the shelter will help them through the legal process, teach them life skills, and help them integrate into American culture. Yeah, you know, I think this is a good idea. What do you guys think about having faith-based organizations actually be in charge of those so-called holding areas, or holding, you know, maybe like a... They go to a refugee camp and they hold them there, and then have the faith base be in charge of doing just that, rehabilitating these migrants to live in the United States. And they must assimilate. If they're going to live here, they must assimilate. They must learn how to live with others, and live with others. Freedom of opinion, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom thereof in any way, shape, or form. This is America. If you want to live in anywhere else, if you want to live in North Korea, anywhere else, if you want to live in a communist country, go live in a communist country. You're not going to live here and make this communist. Period. And so yeah, they wanted these some of these sisters. They want to help them integrate into American culture, and I think it's a great idea to have faith-based institutions start helping in that role. Not so much dictating who gets in and who doesn't get in, but if they're illegal and it's one thing to come across the border and have a refugee station sitting there and say, hey, we need some help. This is what we're going through in our country. That's one thing. It's another thing to walk across the border and steal everything from that country you're legally entering. The shelter was opened by the Sisters of Divine Providence in 1989 and has since served over 9,000 people from over 80 different countries. Not far from the Congolese woman learning English, other migrants sit in a classroom at the shelter. 3 of them are counting change and learning financial basics of the U.S. monetary system, while others quiz themselves with flashcards and the 100 questions they will need to know in the U.S. citizenship test. I think it's absolutely necessary to have that U.S. citizenship test. You can't obtain citizenship of any kind. And you guys want proof on this? You want proof on how to be a free, loving country? I'd like you to go visit the Lithuanians.com. Raymond Balta is the website host. He's the guy in charge of putting out all the news and information on there. He is directly from Lithuania. His descendants are from Lithuania, and I think he still has some family in Lithuania. And Lithuanians, if anyone, Lithuanians can tell you about freedom. They can tell you what to watch for and what not to do, and what they can tell you, they can help you understand what your freedom in the United States means. What I look at is I look at their struggles for many years. They've had many countries trying to invade them. At one time, they were a fairly large country. Another, they've been knocked down to size because bigger countries coming in and bullying them. They even teamed up with Poland at some point in their history. But all that's in the news. All you need to do is look it up. But anyway, Raymond Balta and many other Lithuanians can tell you what your freedom means to you, or what it should mean to you. If you are skeptical of keeping your freedom, guess again. Okay, so let's see if we can get you one more article in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this out to you as soon as I can. Anyway, my friends, looks like we're being played again by the device here. It does not want to load. My apologies. Again, both articles came from Circa News. You can look that up if you want. And how about today's weather? We'll make this a shorter episode today, being things aren't working out so well. Currently for Traverse City, Michigan, in that area, 51 degrees, feels like 51, high is 65, low 50. No rain on the radar, no lightning nearby at 599 miles away, it's close to strike. And current gusts are north at 0 mile an hour, how about that? Nothing there for us. UV index is high, pollen is high. Look at that, for the Traverse City area, Traverse City, Michigan area. Yeah, if you live on the Eastern Shore, Maryland, Shorewood, Maryland, Easton, Maryland, that area, 71 degrees. Feels like 71, high is 78, low 67. No radar on the radar currently. Currently no lightning nearby, 240 miles away, so you're close to strike. You have winds at north 4 miles an hour. Ooh, that's a big deal. And then gusts looks like south-southwest 8 miles an hour. South 2 miles an hour, something like that. Actually, I guess it would be south 2 mile an hour, and then south-southwest 8 mile an hour for the gusts. Average is south-southwest 4 mile an hour. And your UV index in the eastern shore there is 8, very high. Pollen level is high. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Excuse me. For Naples, Florida. If you all live in Naples, Florida, or in that area, in that region, your current temp is 78, feels like 78, high 85, low is 77. Current closest lightning strike is 89 miles away. Please stay alert. Winds are north at 5 miles an hour. Looks like you do have some rain showing up on the radar, at least nearby. And you have one alert. It is an aerial flood watch. Looks like until it goes from Thursday 4:24 a.m. to Saturday 8 a.m. So just be aware. And again, this is coming courtesy of the weatherbug app. Weatherbug out of Germantown, Maryland. It's coming from my weatherbug app. Current wind for Naples is Florida is 5 miles an hour. East-southeast 5 miles an hour. East-southeast 5 miles an hour average. And current UV index is high. Pollen is low. And then, so let's go on. We'll go on to Claxton, Georgia, if you live in that area. Current temp is 78, feels like 78, high 91, low is 74. Currently no rain on the radar. Wind is north and about, looks like 9 miles an hour. Lightning, 285 miles away. You don't need to worry about any lightning in that area. And current UV index for Claxton, Georgia, if you live in that area, is 10, very high. Pollen is 5.6, medium, so be aware. And how about we do northeastern Illinois, and we'll call it a day today. Your current temp, if you live in northeastern Illinois, is 56 degrees. Feels like 56, high 64, low 56. Looks like they're going to join northern Michigan in the lower temps, the cooler days of summer. Haha. Anyway, how you doing, northeastern Illinois? That's a shout out to our brother Deplorable Rob. And only because I know about where he's at, so. And your current closest lightning strike, if you live in northeastern Illinois, is 779 miles away. No need for you to worry. No rain on the radar nearby, it doesn't look like. Current winds are northwest at 9 miles an hour. Average is northwest at 9 miles an hour. Sun up was about 6:30 a.m. Sun down about 8:21 p.m. And, well, for some reason you don't have the UV index or anything of that nature, so I can't get that for you. So anyway, my friends, American patriots, let's us be the defense for our President Trump and his allies. Let's us start being the defense for him. Jump on Twitter, tweet him, and make sure you got his back. He is intentionally trying to be taken advantage of. He is intentionally trying to be taken down. The Democrats are intentionally trying to destroy a legitimately elected president, whether we like it or not. By the way, if you guys want some additional education, please visit PragerU.com or PragerU on YouTube. They have extremely educational videos, well thought out, and they are done by university professionals, a lot of them, and they're very meaningful. And you get a good education that way, a balanced education, because they don't always agree on a topic, but they get that information out there to you and me. It's very important that educational systems are balanced, not one-sided or the other. Excuse me a moment. One moment. Anyway, it is very important that our educational systems are balanced. That includes the universities. No more liberal junkie colleges. No more crybaby tactics. No more none of that. Democrats. This is why you're getting all the weird nicknames, you guys. You liberals in Congress and the Senate. That's why you're getting all the weird nicknames, because you can't. This is why your party is getting the weird nicknames, because you can't do anything but obstruct. Yeah, my friends, American patriots, how about we get that petition out there to prevent any politician from obstructing the Trump administration? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please slap that like button and subscribe if you like what you're seeing here. Give me a chance to defeat the fake news and false narratives of the MSM. They're all bullshitting you. They're all bullshitting you. They're lying through their teeth. I just saw a headline on NBC. It said, Tale of Two Trumps. Tale of Two Trumps. Tale of Two Trumps. Tale of Two Trumps. There's one Trump. There's one President Trump, and he's been President Trump. He's been that Trump the whole time long. There's no tale of two Trumps. They're feeding you a line of bull. MSM is feeding you guys a line of bull. If you're still watching those creeps, turn it off. Please turn it off. Anyways, I soon should have a working Patreon link. You guys may be able to help me out there. I sure would appreciate any help you can give me. You can check it out on Patreon, see if you can find it. I believe it's under Rise Up America. But I'll try to double check and let you know what it's under. See if you can look it up and search over there. But I will soon have a PayPal link available. And hopefully maybe you consider helping me out with a little bit here or there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed Good Morning USA with your host, Mr. Nick. Let's defeat the fake news and false narratives of the mainstream media, or as I like to call them, the lamestream media. Can we call them the flake stream media, too? Anyway, God bless you all. This is Mr. Nick, your host with Good Morning USA. Have a great day. I'm out.